Listen, I apologize about my last couple videos. For whatever reason, I forgot to turn on the comments, so I haven't been getting your guys' comments. So I looked at two videos, I'm like, no one's commenting. Well, it's because YouTube, once again, changing buttons, and normally it would come up as all comments allowed or select ones, whatever. It didn't show anything. So I assumed it was on. Well, come to find out it wasn't. They were disabled, so I apologize. So I told you guys I was going to make another video. It got to be really late on Tuesday night, so I didn't really have the energy to do a full video. Plus, I was going to say I was about ready to go to bed. But anyway, so let me tell you something. And I'm going to probably be a little loose in this video with the language, so I apologize ahead of time. But I got to tell you guys, I have woken up and gone to work the last 2 days, probably in the best mood I have been in over a year. And I'm not even kidding you. So, no secret, Donald Trump won the election by a landslide. Literally, if you look, he flipped all 7 swing states. Well, I'm sorry. There was a couple that weren't blue, but all 7 swing states he won. And so that they basically count that as a landslide. I mean, they said it on the news, you take away California, that's the only reason it looked like Kamala was in this race at all. I mean, but California is a third world country anyway, so we don't really count that because, of course, they're going to go against everything against America and what it stands for. Sorry if you live in California, but you know how it is if you live there. So, anyway, I am elated. I feel like I'm waking up with a purpose. And listen, whether you liked Kamala Harris or Donald Trump or you're a Democrat or Republican, I'm an independent, but I want what's best for the country. And I just know in the last 4 years what this country has been. It's been a train wreck with the gas prices, the grocery prices, the inflation, the economy, everything. I mean, you name it, we got a problem with it. And that's been the case for the last 4 years. And it's finally going to come to an end. Not officially till January, because that's when he takes office again. It's funny, they kicked Biden out of the race, but they're leaving him in office till January. Whatever. Okay, that makes sense. But I know that's standard. But anyway, my point being. So, Kamala Harris, I want to give her my condolences. I really believe that she wanted to win, obviously, and she really thought she could win. In her defense, she was shoved into this at the last minute. Now, if Kamala had as much time to run her campaign as much as Trump did, it may have been a different election. I still think he would have won either way, but would it have been closer? Maybe. But obviously you couldn't keep Biden in there because, it probably would have been worse than this election. He would have probably lost every state. But, so I understand why the Democrats did that. But to her defense, and there's very little, but she was shoved into this at the last minute. She had, 107 days, they said? I mean, not only did people really not know her, except for the fact that she was Biden's vice president, but, they really just didn't know anything about her. And the little they did see her, obviously they weren't too impressed. So, another thing I want to call out real quick, before I forget, because this, not even so much Kamala or Biden, it's the fucking media is who I want to call out. Because they can say how much they're in the middle all they want and how much that they don't choose sides. But it was clearly obvious They did everything in their power not to call that election. They could have called that election about 2 or 3 hours before it was actually called. Oh, we wanted to make sure. We don't want to lose our credibility. Oh, really? Why did you wait for Georgia to basically get 100% done with every single vote when it was clearly obvious that Donald Trump was going to win Georgia? But they waited until the final second where it became obvious that they had to call it. They still didn't want to call it with 99% of the vote in. Now, if that was Kamala Harris, they would have called it right away. California, they didn't even register one vote, and they called that right away. Same thing with Hawaii. Not one vote was tallied, but they called that right away for Kamala Harris. That's what I'm saying. If that doesn't scream one-sided, I don't know what does. And here's what bothers me, CNN, MSNBC, and all you cocksuckers. Fuck you, and fuck you. I have been holding that in for so long. I told you the language was going to get bad. And I don't care. You fuckers are so misleading that you need to be held accountable. And that's why you hate Trump so bad. Because he's holding you accountable. It is what it is. It's basically, Donald Trump saying, hey, you guys suck ass. You're terrible. You're frauds. You put out nothing but bullshit about me and my campaign, and you sweep your own shit under the rug. That's all Donald Trump is doing. That's why they hate him so bad. And here's what pisses me off. This is what you guys don't understand. You fuckers at them news channels. You say that shit like Trump is a feminist and he's going to put tracking devices in women and all this other horse shit. You guys say that and then you go to bed and don't worry about it. The rest of America is sitting there scratching their heads, wondering, questioning their sanity, and it's so bothered by it that they're crying. That's what you fuckers don't understand. It just pisses me off that you guys throw that shit out there and it affects everybody, millions of people in their everyday lives. But you guys just say it and then don't think twice about it. Look at what Donald Trump has gone through in basically the past 8 years. Ever since he announced he was running for president. The first time. Between the lies and the frickin' this and that and the frickin', the rape thing and he's a felon and the assassination attempts, and they still want to bash him. And it's like, after all this shit that this man has gone through, Donald Trump don't need to do this shit. He's got his own life. He's got plenty of money. He could easily say, fuck you, America. I hope you rot in hell. But you know what? He doesn't want to do that. That's a leader. That's a leader right there. That's why he won. And not to mention, we've seen enough of the last 4 years where Americans are finally saying, you know what? We're fucking tired of this shit. It pisses me. Obviously, I can't get this all in one video. But just take a look at what I'm saying. Big deal. Donald Trump said grab a girl by the pussy. Big fucking deal. Oh, so he's a guy. What guy hasn't said shit like that? Oh, women's rights. Really? Well, let's talk about Bill Clinton for a second. Do you think Bill Clinton was worried about women's rights when he had a bitch on the end of his dick in the White House? While he was married and while he was president? Trump didn't do that. Oh, but we're going to sweep that under the rug. How about Hunter Biden committing, $3 million in tax fraud? Oh, but don't talk about that. No, we can't talk about that. But Donald Trump fucking blinked wrong. Oh, it's all over the news. That's what pisses me off about the media. And it should you too. So half these people that voted for, get that shit in their head and they talk like that. That's half the reason I hate the social media too, because up until Elon Musk took over Twitter, remember you couldn't say nothing about Biden on Twitter, otherwise you got banned? Well, since Elon Musk took it over, why do you think he changed the name of it? Because he didn't want to be associated with that. And YouTube is the same way too. The same fuckers that run YouTube run CNN or are a part of it. That's why I had a Biden video get taken down. I could have kept making them and said, fuck you, YouTube. But I didn't because I probably would have got my channel suspended. Or kicked off entirely. Because I couldn't criticize Biden at all. I'm elated. I am absolutely elated. I feel like America's going in the right direction. Thank God. This was a huge burden. I am so glad that he won. I had a fear that he was going to lose because there's that many stupid people out there. Seriously. There really is. But in the same sentence, like I said, look where they're getting most of their information from. It's all against Trump. All of it. And the media should be ashamed of themselves. That's why Donald Trump calls it the way it is, and they hate him so bad. You're fake news, you're frauds, and you're full of shit, and I'm holding you accountable and calling you out. That's why you hate Trump. Same thing with this, like I said, I could go on and on and on, guys. But let's talk about the crimes, too. I am so sick and tired of this race shit. There is no race problem in this country. There isn't. It's a bunch of thugs wanting to get away with everything, so they throw the Black Lives Matter card. Black Lives Matter, when it first started, like I said, it was authentic with Trayvon Martin. It's not anymore. It's just a gang. It's a police hate group. And Donald Trump, another group that doesn't like Trump, because Donald Trump is saying, no, you can't get a slap on the wrist. If you commit a crime and do bad things in the world, you're going to prison. Or if you're not here legally, you're getting kicked the fuck out of here. Period. Every other country operates that way. I couldn't go over to Russia and frickin' act the way they do here. I couldn't do it. I'd get decapitated. I'd get hung in the middle of the city and get decapitated just for being white. But America, oh no, here's this, free housing, free food, free this, free that, free this. Oh, Dustin, you're a stupid fucker going to work. Oh, you owe us more money. That's the way it is. That's the Democrats, how they got the country ran. We've seen it. Anyway, guys, I know it turned into a rant, but seriously. If you are upset about this outcome, you need to take a good hard look at yourself. I knew Trump was going to win, deep down. I had a feeling he wasn't because, like I said, I feel like that many people were brainwashed. But you know what? America stuck it up your ass and said, you know what? We have a voice. We don't care what the media says. We have a voice. And I'm proud of you guys. It's just going to get better. That's it. It's going to get better. It can't get any worse. I know that. It can't get any worse. All right, guys. Go Trump. And I'll make more videos soon.